Hey everyone. It's been a while, yeah. I know, right? Anyway, welcome to another episode of the Fab Philosopher. It's been what, 3 years? Oh my god. Anyway, yeah, that was a much needed life break. I've been up and down. Yeah, mostly. Sorry about that. Mostly down, but yeah, we fought through the challenges, dug ourselves up from a very deep hole that we had somehow, you know, put ourselves in. And yeah, that brings us to our topic today, which is the only person who can save you is yourself. And change will only come when the next version of you is very frustrated or very done with the current version of you. So, yeah, basically, do not wait for anyone to come and save you. And for the longest time, that's what I was doing. I was waiting for other people to come and save me. I was living in the belief that, that some wishful person was going to ride in with a horse or a, or a helicopter, a private jet, and save me. And not even in the physical, world, mentally, spiritually. I was waiting for someone. I honestly don't know who. I can't even describe this person, but just at the back of my mind, I was not putting in the work to basically save myself and dig myself out of the very deep hole that I was continuing to dig myself in. So eventually, the realization came to me that generally no one is coming to save me. And if I don't do anything about the direction my life is taking, I will end up someone who really, hates their life, someone who is not content with being, in this vessel, if I can call it, being in this body and physical environment. And I am one person who I genuinely love myself. I love my company. I love the people in my life. I love the environment, but mentally and spiritually, I was in turmoil. I was really, really struggling. And I kept thinking, substances will help me. I kept thinking, a good job will help me, money will help me, a good man will help me. I kept thinking all those things, traveling will help me. But at the end of the day, even if I traveled, or at the end of the day, even if I met, good men, or even if I got money, something was still missing. I still felt, I don't want to use the word empty, but I still felt like there was a piece of the puzzle that was just not, that was not there. And I kept looking outside for this thing. I kept looking everywhere else, but where I'm supposed to look, which was inside. And the one thing I have finally come to realize, or I'm still realizing, is that you have to really get fed up, or you have to really reach rock bottom with yourself, because as I said once in a very previous video, you're stuck with yourself, in your mind, in your body, you're stuck with yourself. So the only person who can execute change is you. And for you to execute change, sometimes you have to hit rock bottom. And I don't want this to be the case. I actually really envy, or really admire people who can become the better or the next version of themselves in good circumstances. People who don't wait for rock bottom to change, or people who don't wait for the worst outcome for them to become the next best version of themselves. People who change in a positive and good environment. I really admire such people. Sadly, or in my case, I'm normally so vain, if I can use that word, or so in love with myself that the universe has to put me in really challenging situations for me to realize, oh yeah, you know what, it's time to change, it's time to become someone else. And the fact that I become so in love with my past selves, it becomes really hard to let go and kill them off. Like, you can see in the Weeknd's album, I think it's the second album, one of the albums, where he's literally killing the old Weeknd with the pineapple hair. So yeah, definitely you have to kill, the previous version of yourself. And if you can do that in a positive environment, well and good. Go you. Like, you deserve some trophy of some kind. But for us who have to wait for things to get really bad, yeah, like, it's, as long as you're moving, as long as you're doing something, I think it's still a good effort, because no one is perfect. We all change because of different circumstances. Sometimes we're forced to, sometimes we choose to. And as long as you do change, I think that's a good thing. I think that's progress in life. And, yeah. So basically, it's back to the core point. Don't wait for someone else or something else or some other place or some other thing to come and make you the next best version of yourself. Take the driver's seat in your own life, like passenger princess. Leave it for leave it for your physical life, but leave it for your physical, like, excursions, but for your genuine mental, spiritual, financial, social relationships, my god, relationships, social, all that, for all the fields in your life, you have to take the driver's seat of your own life. Like, you have to be able to talk to yourself and be like, okay, whatever is happening, I don't like it, and it's time for change, and it will take a while. Once again, I admire the people who can do this, one, in a positive environment, and two, in a very short amount of time. But personally, for me, it took almost 3 years for me to really, really fall, and then slowly by slowly pick myself up. And at the same time, the universe did send me people to really help me, people who were supportive, people who never gave up on me, people who showed me that, no matter how far out you fall, there's always room to come back. There's always a chance for you to become someone else. There's always room for improvement. There's always room for change. So as much as you do make the decision to save yourself or change yourself, surround yourself with people who will support you on that journey. Surround yourself with people who, you want to become like. Make sure that the people who you admire, you want to become like, are now the people who are around you, so that it helps to, give you an actual vision of who you want to be. And it takes a while, as I was trying to say. It takes a while. It's not a straight path. Sometimes you'll fall back to, your old self. Sometimes you'll fall back to old patterns. So it takes a while to change, just to change the small habits every day, to change the overall picture of how you want to be and how you want to present yourself. So it takes a while. So give yourself the patience, love yourself as you are now, no matter how much society wants to tell you that version of you is wrong or is not acceptable. You need to still love that version, like 100%. And when you do change, letting go will not be as hard. Might even be harder, but but the fact that you did love yourself in every stage will just make you more in love with yourself when you do get to the next stage. It'll make you more confident, more more hopeful for better things in the future. So just where you are now is enough for now. But as you plan to become someone else, and as you wear the cape to become your own superhero, yeah, just know that we're all fighting the same fight. Different environments, different circumstances, but we are all fighting the same fight. So keep going, keep believing in yourself, and just remember you really have the power to become who you want to be. Bye, guys.